Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you are having an amazing day. So today we are going to discuss an important topic in syntax called phrase structure in syntax. This topic helps us understand how individual words combine to create meaningful units and eventually form complete sentences. Whenever we speak or write, we don't simply place random words together. Instead, words are organized into groups called phrases, and these phrases follow specific grammatical rules. Understanding phrase structure allows us to analyze sentence formation, identify grammatical relationships, and explain how meaning is created in language. By the end of this video, you'll understand what phrases are, why they are important, and the major types of phrases used in English grammar. Now, if we talk about what is phrase, so a phrase is a group of words that functions as a single unit within a sentence. Unlike a complete sentence, a phrase does not usually contain both a subject and a predicate. Phrases serve as the building blocks of the language. They help organize words into meaningful chunks, making communication more structured and understandable. Now let's look at the example given on the slide. Noun phrase: the intelligent student. Adverb phrase: very carefully. Prepositional phrase: in the classroom. Each of these groups of the words act as a single grammatical unit. Instead of interpreting every word separately, our brain processes these phrases together, which makes language easier to understand. So now the next question is, why do we need phrases? So the answer is, there are four major reasons. The first is organization. Phrases help organize words into meaningful units. Without phrases, language would appear chaotic and difficult to process. The second is expression. They allow speakers and writers to express ideas accurately and efficiently. Complex meanings can be conveyed through well structured phrases. Third reason is understanding. Phrases make sentences easier to decode because listeners recognize group of related words instead of analyzing every word individually. Fourth is communication. They make communication smoother and more effective. Proper phrase structure improves clarity and reduces ambiguity. In short, without phrases, sentences would lose their internal organization, hierarchy, and clarity. So now we'll move toward the noun phrase. A noun phrase is the centered around a noun, known as head noun. Additionally, words may be included to provide more information about that noun. The head noun determines the grammatical role of the entire phrases. Look at the examples. The intelligent student, my best friend, a new laptop. In the first example, student is the head noun. In the second example, friend is the head noun. And in the third example, laptop is the head noun. The words describe, identify, or modify the noun. Noun phrases can function as subjects, objects, or complement within a sentence. For example, the intelligent student answered the question. Here, the noun phrase in the intelligent student functions as the subject. Now we'll move toward the verb phrase. The next important phrase is a verb phrase, abbreviated as VP. A verb phrase is centered around a verb and describes an action, event, or the state of being. The main verb serves as the head of the phrase, while other elements may provide additional information. For example, look at the for example, is reading a book, completed the task, has finished the project. In these examples, the verbs reading, completed, and the finished act as the head of phrases. Verb phrases are essential because they tell us what is happening in the sentence. For example, the student completed the assignment. The phrase completed the assignment forms the verb phrase and tells us what action the student performed. Without verb phrase, sentences would lack action and meaning. Next is adjective phrase and adverb phrase. Now let's discuss two related phrases: adjective phrases and adverb phrases. Adjective phrases. An adjective phrase is built around an adjective and provides more information about a noun. For example, very intelligent, extremely helpful. In both examples, the adverbs very and extremely intensify the adjectives. For example, she is very intelligent. The adjective phrase describes the subject. Now we'll move toward the adverb phrase. An adverb phrase is centered around an adverb and modifies verb, adjective, or even other adverbs. For example, very quickly, quite carefully. These phrases tells us how an action is performed. For example, he completed the work very quickly. The adverb phrase explains the manner in which the action occurred. Both adjective phrases and adverb phrases add richness and detail to the language. Next is prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and usually includes a noun phrase. These phrases provide information about location, time, direction, manner, or relationship. For example, in the classroom, on the table, under the bridge. Looks at a sentence. Let's look at a sentence. The students are in the classroom. The prepositional phrase tells us where the students are located. Similarly, the book is on the table. The phrase identifies the location of the book. Prepositional phrases help create more detailed and precise descriptions. Now we will discuss that how phrases work together. Now let's see how different phrases types work together in a complete sentence. Consider the sentence. The intelligent student completed the assignment in the library. This sentence contains three major phrases. First is noun phrase. Its example is in the sentence the intelligent student. This phrase functions as the subject. Second, verb phrase completed the assignment. So this phrase expresses the action. Third is prepositional phrase, which is also in the sentence in the library. This phrase provides information about the location. Notice how each phrase performs a specific grammatical function. Together, they create a complete and meaningful sentence. This demonstrates the hierarchical structure of the language, where words combine into phrases and the phrases combine into the sentences. Understanding this relationship is one of the central goals of syntax. So, if we conclude the whole topic, we can say that a phrase is a group of words functioning as a single grammatical unit. Phrases are essential for organizing language and creating meaning.